series of comments made by Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal earlier today in Maharashtra, where he was speaking, where he said that paid media and corrupt journalists will be jailed once he comes to power. It's a remark that has created a wave of derision, a backlash, not just from the media and media bodies, but also from the other parties. The Congress and the BJP have lashed out. The Congress has said this is typical of the Aam Aadmi Party and displays intolerance. And the BJP has gone to the extent of saying that these display Maoist and fascist tendencies of intolerance of the Aam Aadmi Party. Joining me this evening on Newsnight, Meenakshi Lekhi, member and spokesperson of the BJP. Amiben Yagnik, spokesperson for the Congress, joins me live from Ahmedabad. And Atishi Marlena is spokesperson and member of the Aam Aadmi Party, also joining me from Delhi. Atishi, if I could come to you first. There have been statements made, there have been clarifications issued, there has been defiance, there has been a small amount of a rollback. So there is a little bit of a confusion about precisely what Arvind Kejriwal really said. Does he want to lock up all journalists or does he want to lock up some journalists?
I think, Shiv, first of all, it would be good if, before making any comments on this, journalists themselves would actually see what Arvind Kejriwal said. And you played it yourself. Therefore, I'd like you to focus on one particular line that he said, that हम जांच करवाएंगे और जो इसमें शामिल है फिर उसको जेल भेजने की बात है. So the point that is being made is that a lot of questions regarding the media need to be seriously investigated. And this is a serious concern as far as Indian democracy goes.
But why does he need to be in power for that, Atishi? Why doesn't he just name them now and get an investigation going?
Therefore, it's the role of the media. I don't know if you're aware of the fact that after the News Express sting, which showed that opinion polls are often rigged, Arvind Kejriwal actually wrote a letter to the NBSA. And just as Ravindran, who heads the NBSA, on the question of paid media said, we do not have powers to do anything. Therefore, the need for investigation comes from the fact that one first needs to have a regulatory mechanism, one needs to have an investigative mechanism whereby this investigation can be done. Such a mechanism does not exist right now.
Okay.
And for Indian democracy, actually, transparency in the funding of media is as important as transparency in the funding of political parties, because media is as important a player in democracy.
Meenakshi Lekhi, Ravi Shankar Prasad earlier today said that the words uttered by Arvind Kejriwal show a fascist mindset. Atishi now says that Arvind Kejriwal has said that janch karwaenge, we will investigate, and whoever is found guilty will be put in jail. Do you have a problem with that?
No, in principle, if this is the statement, I can't have a problem, but the manner of enactments and the manner in which they are conducting their entire campaign, I do have a problem. Without verification, without investigation, you come and label complaints, you come and label people. They, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, they have named 4 channels. Now, either they come up with the data that these 4 channels or 5 channels or 6 channels are corrupt because there is this investigation and there is this evidence.
Yeah.
Now, the whole thing falls flat on the very argument goes debunked because they have no investigation. As per their own statement, there is no mechanism of investigation, and as per their own statement, these are the channels who probably are exposing them, and some people who are trying to expose them should further be intimidated, and this is the manner in which people who claim to have democratic rights are going to exercise democracy. That is my problem. My problem is you have no proof against Narendra Modi and you label him that he's buying the media. Who gives you that authority to make these kinds of claims? Who will investigate people like you? Who will investigate corrupt NGOs like you? Please give answers to that.
I just want to go back to Atishi for a moment before I bring in
the affidavit filed before the Election Commission is a false affidavit.
Atishi, would you like to reply to that? Because at the end of the day, this is a credibility issue as well. And this is something that has been said about the Aam Aadmi Party in the past as well. You can't just shoot and scoot. You can't just put out partial information and, threats. The fact is, if you've got something concrete, you need to put it out there. You've named some channels. Why not follow it up now?
No, they've named Narendra Modi. Tell them to show
I'm
the
going to get to Narendra Modi in a bit, ma'am. I'm going to get to Narendra Modi as well in a bit.
We have said that there needs to be. We have said Shiv, we have specifically said that there should be an investigation into all these channels, and this investigation needs to be done by the Election Commission, because the media is equal player in democracy right now. And as for what Ma'am Dekhi is saying, I think the whole question of why we need to ask questions to Narendra Modi is the reason that we are asking again and again is because no one else seems to be asking this question. A model of development is being sold to the whole country as an answer to all of India's problems. When you go and investigate this model of development, you see that this model seems to work for the Adanis and Ambanis.
We're going to get
to that. It doesn't seem to work for the Aam Aadmi of Gujarat.
You can't,
the Aam Aadmi of Gujarat farmers are committing suicide.
You can't use this
small industrialists are closing their shops.
Atishi and Ms. Lekhi, we have a section on Narendra Modi. We have a section on Modi. I'm going to put out a specific question on Narendra Modi in just a bit. I want to bring in Amiba and Yagnik on.
Can I ask one question to them?
Ms. Lekhi, I'm going to come to the Modi question in just a bit. Just bear with me for just a bit. I'm going to get to the Modi question
not
a bit.
just Modi.
You can make your point. You can make your point.
Not just Modi, about the media.
Okay, go ahead, quickly.
My question is very simple. When media is showing your picture and you are a creation of media, what was people like Ashutosh, Shazia Ilmi and Devinder Pal Singh doing all this while, because they have got their right to practice their profession by staying in the media? What kind of work did they do?
Okay,
if media is the kind of paid media
there are alleged hypocrisies on both sides, and the Aam Aadmi Party has actually taken on that question when it was put to people like Ashutosh at that press conference earlier today. Atishi, before I give you a chance to respond, I want to bring in Amiba and Yagnik. Ms. Yagnik, your party, I mean, there's several things that have been said by your leaders today. Put this down to the Aam Aadmi Party's increasing frustration. They've realized that, you know, the media has built us up, but the media is not always a faithful friend. They will report what they see, and therefore the Aam Aadmi Party is realizing it the hard way and reacting in a childish manner is what the Congress Party has largely said about what Kejriwal said today. Ms. Yagnik.
Yes, Shiv, I think there are two main issues here. When Mr. Kejriwal brought the movement, he was very happy that all the attention was on him. He had no problems at that time with the media. He is a learned man. He knows that media is the fourth pillar in the democracy setup of the country, and he has to be very careful in what he is speaking, because unless he has anything to substantiate, he just can't make any sweeping allegations. And while he is speaking like this, of course he may have his own issues, but then there are ways and means in order to have those issues either discussed or settled. But to just put allegations without any substantial proof regarding any individual or any channel or any media or any other agency, I think you have to come out with some very concrete issues, points, and you have to be very careful, because you are a leader, you are a responsible person, you are putting all your points before the nation, and you have come as now practically you are in a transit period from a movement to a political party. So what you are speaking definitely carries a lot of weight in a sense, and you have to be very, very careful in saying what you are talking about. The media, maybe the media is created, that might be the say of many people, but well, he has come up in his own way by way of a movement, but at that time he did not feel, he did not thank the media. In fact, if he is going to make this statement today at that time, that well, why are you putting all the attention on me? There are other issues you should have looked at. So I think the two main points, is behaving a little immature, but I wouldn't even say amateurish. He has to substantiate anything that he says today, and he just cannot.
There is no follow-up. That's the problem, Atishi. How does one justify statements like the entire media is paid by Modi? There is no Modi wave. Whatever wave you're seeing is, you know, a creation of television studios, and all channels are on the payrolls of Narendra Modi. I mean, these are gross generalizations. You know, they cannot be taken lightly. The Aam Aadmi Party seems to believe that, you know, the reaction from the NBSA, from the broadcast associations, you know, the reactions are basically because all, they've said that this is a indicator of how the entire media is, you know, on the payrolls of Modi, and that's why they've reacted in this unified sort of manner. But how can you justify a statement like the entire media is paid by Modi, Atishi? Because that's what Kejriwal said.
Shiv, I think this concern about the media And this concern about who is the media reporting to and who is actually paying them arises from the fact as to why a lot of questions that need to be asked about this political system and about Narendra Modi have not been asked. A lot of the facts that were raised by Arvind Kejriwal in his visit to Gujarat, many of those facts were in the public domain.
But it's a generalization.
Many of them were in NSSO statistics. Many of them were Planning Commission statistics, be it about agriculture, be it about industry, be it trade. But the question is, why was the media never raising these questions? Why is it for the first time that when an Arvind Kejriwal raises these questions, then they become issues of prime time debate about whether Gujarat has actually developed or not, whether the Gujarat model of development only works for a few big industrialists?
But this is
So yes, the questions may be very sharp.
This is an uncomfortable issue, Meenakshi.
That needs to be answered.
This is an uncomfortable issue between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, because both the leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP are sometimes accused of the same thing, of being creations of the media.
Can I?
Yes, come in.
Shiv, can I ask two pointed questions? My first question is,
Shiv, there was one thing that I wanted to say actually, in addition to what was...
Yeah, Atishi, finish your point and then I'll get in Meenakshi. Yeah.
Yes, the question about whether we are happy when the media supports us or the media opposes us, that is definitely not the question. The media should be critical. The media should ask questions, be it of the Aam Aadmi Party or the BJP or the Congress or anyone in Indian democracy. The questions must be asked. The whole point, however, is why are questions only being asked against the Aam Aadmi Party? Why not against anyone else? The media must remain critical, but critical and questioning towards everyone.
Okay, Meenakshi, come in. Yeah.
I have a completely contrary view, because I think media has been hypercritical of Narendra Modi, even if he coughs or sneezes, that is covered by the media. And in Hindi there is a शेर कि हम उफ भी करते हैं तो हो जाते हैं बदनाम, वो कत्ल भी करते हैं तो जिक्र नहीं होता. And that is the status which Aam Aadmi Party enjoyed. So they could get away with murders and nobody will question them. Nobody will question the past of the members. Nobody will question how they were hand in glove in various Congress-run schemes. The moment those questions are put, and the questions are put out not by me but their own former member, that needs to be sabotaged and those questions need not be answered. That's number one. The second point is, we have seen how Bhagat Singh Krantikari image was trying to be sought to be created by their chief. What about that? Which category will Atishi put that in? And which category will they put the kind of media coverage which has been granted to them ever since they were born, and the drama and the dharna, the dharavahik which is going on at 9 o'clock prime time every day, which category will that be covered?
Okay, the fact is, at this point of time, the relationship that the media has, with all the three parties is a difficult one. One of the things that sort of provides a sense of justification as far as media independence to many agencies is concerned is the fact that all three parties, the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress, the BJP, all have at various times, pointed a finger and called us paid media.
I won't say that we are going to put them behind bars.
No, absolutely. There are differences in the things that have been said, but all three parties have raised the flag on paid media. The words used by Arvind Kejriwal today were disturbing because, as certain people said, there was a direct threat of intimidation. There was a direct threat of throwing people into jail. It brought back memories of the emergency. People in the Congress didn't get that irony also. But the fact is, at this point of time, there appears to be a sense of frustration creeping in. The relationship with the media is collapsing between the Aam Aadmi Party and the media at this time. And there are various opinions on how this can actually go forward, considering that just a few weeks to go before the elections. So it's actually probably only going to get worse. Thanks very much, Meenakshi Lekhi, Atishi Marlena and Abiben Yagnik for joining us on tonight's first debate.